It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll see Kirk Cousins. He had a solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Vikings and the Lions, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standard. Have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. Cousins looking to put it up right away. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. They go play action. Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Derek Barnes came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball in the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
5 yards, and that means they come up short, as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. On is the punter, Charlton, now, as he's able to get this one away. Fielded at the 20. For a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And this offense set up with a very short field. 1st and 10 inside the 20. Detroit gets set to go on offense, and it will be the 7th-year pro out of Cal, Jared Goff, leading the attack in his 2nd season as a Lion.
And he's going to trot onto the field. He might even sprint onto the field after that one. That's a momentum play. That big punt return probably yelled over to the special teams guys, thanks, because now they've got a chance to cash in prime real estate territory.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Goff now looks to throw. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And he's brought down. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal.
Not quite enough to get into the end zone, but what a nice play there. He makes the catch, tries to turn upfield and get to the pylon, but doesn't quite get there. But they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal from very short range.
Swift is into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has a little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's Aiden Hutchinson. He was determined to blow that play up, and he sure did. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Cousins now. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Cousins. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. This defense for the Vikings, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. The Lions at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They thought they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room. But they do have to start winning some games.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Go off a handoff here to Swift. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25. They got a little 2-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion and a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. There's Gone. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. They had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 42-yard line.
To throw is Cousins. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete. And here's Joseph Charlton now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. This is taken at the 18. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Lions will take over. So here are the Lions to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Goff in this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Back to throw, Goff. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Charles, we get a look at the Lions 2022 draft class. And this class will probably be remembered for the guy that they took number 2 overall, the hometown kid, Aiden Hutchinson. But beyond him, really a lot to like about this group. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Goff now looking to throw. And this complete to Mitchell. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 40. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 right at the 40. Back to the running game with Swift. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Now it's Goff. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points. But he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. On 2nd down, Swift. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's Goff. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Here's Swift. Gets past 1 man. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. Swift again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Vikings nothing. Austin Seibert set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Some good games coming up here in Week 3, the first weekend of fall officially. And tonight, the Niners and Broncos from Denver. 49er fans are probably saying, wait, I thought we were done with Russell Wilson. No, they'll see him tonight. And then on Monday night, Cowboys and Giants from MetLife Stadium kicking off at 8:15 Eastern. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Cousins gives way to Cook. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55. But you'll see it just conk off that upright. And they're denied a chance at 3 points.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Swift going to try up the middle. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll fake the give. Now gone. He's got this complete to Williams. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
They'll run with Swift. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. DeAndre Swift on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Lions take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now 21-0.
Vikings, nothing.
So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And now out comes Minnesota.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history will ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball. And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
A first down throw for Cousins. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches.
Back to the ground, Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Goff. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Goff and Williams hooking up there for a Lions first.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Goff now to throw. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play.
Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll work down inside the 45.
Holding offense.
Jonah Jackson, former third-round pick, the guilty party. Again, Goff. This one complete to his running back, Jamal Williams. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 25 yards that time.
Boy, a lot of moving parts on this play, but what a nice design to leak the running back out to the left and send him down the field. And a good job spotting him and hitting him for a big play.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
They run out of the gun with Swift. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Goff. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. 23 yards for the touchdown, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was Jamison Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Nwangu now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. With a glimpse of Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver, as he and the Minnesota Vikings return back here on offense. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
We'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Cousins now to throw on first down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. To throw again on second down. Cousins. And he wisely will throw that one away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
3rd and short yardage, Cousins. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed. Unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
This will be fielded at the 17. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates.
And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong. Only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity, that's our bread and butter, that's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. And I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down, and that's why you were moved to the defense, or what?
I don't know for that reason, but I do know I saw a couple of guys throw, and immediately they were saying, you know, you need to learn how to backpedal.
Hey, you turned into a heck of a DB, though, partner. A shotgun snap for Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 35 yards there on the third down conversion.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. To the air again. Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
That pass caught. It's Williams. And they are going to have a first down, and they're in field goal range as well as they're down inside the 20.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. He's got it. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Goff. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. James Mitchell in the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions are able to add on to their first half lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
And just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. Taken from about the 12.
Now a hit and a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. And we will skip the highlight show this week, get right back to this Week 3 matchup. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Garden, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Vikings slow to get up.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
On 2nd and 9, Goff.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Goff now looks to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. 1st down. Here's Cousins. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line.
Left side, Cook. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Cousins now.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Cousins on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
After the sack on 1st down, Cousins hauled in over the middle by Rager.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Throwing, Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. Swift is hit, and he coughs it up.
And the Vikings pick up the football. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense.
Now Cook hit, and he lost the football.
And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
So after that sequence, if we're watching both teams' defenses, didn't it feel like a revolving door? One's on, they think they're off for a while. The other has to come on, they think they're on for a while. Then they're off, here comes the other one. Just kept turning the ball over. They've got to cut that out.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Once again, it's Swift.
And yet again, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that would be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll throw again. Cousins. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Well, following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And this will wind up a Lions 1st down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Williams. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. Connecting here with DJ Shark. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 39. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Now it's Goff off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 26. A gain there of 21 yards. They run on first down with Jackson. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
On 4th down, Goff departs, and Austin Seibert is out there for the Lions field goal now. Seibert's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
After the made field goal, Seibert back out there to kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To the air again, it's Cousins. Dancing to his left, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
To try again after the sack. Cousins, open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And that's good for a gain of 6, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now Cousins. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 4th down.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That's taken on the 25. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punch coming in, I've never returned punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam in.
They're trying for Rager, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by Mike Hughes.
And the Lions are going to take over here up near the 40. And with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Stop made there by Brian Asamoah.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that's going to bring up the 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here, as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
They start the drive with Cook, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 3rd down, Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here, as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
And here's Ryan Wright now. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Taking on the midfield logo. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak.
And he gets it down to the 32. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Goff a handoff here to Swift.
And he's got some space here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
72 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
On the handoff, this is Swift. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
On third down, here's Williams. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
On now is Seibert for the Lion field goal.
This a 31-yard attempt. Seibert able to knock this one through, and that will extend their lead.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
After the made field goal, Seibert back out there to kick it away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Lions' 45-yard line.
From the 45 on second down, Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 34-yard line. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
There's Charles Harris getting home for the sack.
A big loss on the play brings up 2nd down.
This game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and you know, as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, you see our guys on offense, they're just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it, pitching a second-half shutout.
So for Detroit, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they will head home next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints.